guide your children with impairments, and all children as they are.
The rights of persons with a disability are well anchored in the 1995 Constitution and other laws that have emanated from there under, like the Equal Opportunities Act. Politicians and other stakeholders have held high in the talk concern about the plight of persons with disability, and we regularly remind their subjects that disability is not inability. That would give satisfaction and raise hope to PWDs and their relatives and families at government, parliament, local councils and other stakeholders that their plight would be included in the policy formulations and other laws. Whether this has happened, your answer is good as mine. Interestingly, the persons with disability have themselves fought to demonstrate their zeal to uplift their plight, and success stories documented here are testimony to that. They also provoke policymakers and implementers on whether they have lived true to the spirit, and later in policies and laws that seek to promote all-inclusive education, poverty eradication and healthy programs. Enjoy stories of men who have proved that they can live beyond their ability and made a difference. They are an inspiration to others and a provocation to those in charge. It is a true story. Many PWDs still suffer from segregation, abuse and stigmatization. Mr. Lubowa Ramadan, aged 35, lives in Bugoye village in Ntenjeru sub-county in Mukono district. Lubowa is born to a single mother, Christine Nanyonga, who separated with his dad before Lubowa was born. The segregation, verbal abuse and unequal treatment at school, this was an experience that would make or break young disabled Lubowa. But hey, wait a minute. Realizing that formal education was becoming a mountain to climb for Lubowa, his mom Christine Nanyonga found him an alternative that would help him not only to empower him with skills, but also help him to make a fortune for survival. Lubowa then dropped out of school just after primary 6.
Mu bulamu obwasookanga okugenda ku ssomero bwali buzibu nnyo, bannanga abamu baasomanga olw'okuba nti saalinanga ntambula entwala ku ssomero, ekinkalubizibu era okugenda ku ssomero, naye namala ne nsomako akatonotono nga gavumenti etuwaddeyo akagaali ne tusomako akatono paka P6.
Nanyonga's decision gives a lift to families with people with disability on their obligation to plan and shape the future of their children with disabilities. Government too can borrow a leaf. So to Lubowa, attaining skills was one thing and putting them to practice was another, as this was another task to deal with, especially now that startup capital was needed. But this was never going to deter a determined Lubowa from living his dream. As a child, Lubowa liked singing since his mother used to sing for him. This would be an alternative way of earning a living, though it would not come that easy either. Critics were all over him, sometimes calling him names that threatened to bring him down. He started a dancing troupe, and to motivate himself and the troupe, he named the group after one of the abuses people used to howl at them. Enkwenge, referring to a noisy bird that produces irritating noise.
Omulimu gw'onyooma guvaamu akasente ng'omusajja bwe mundaba nange, naye abasinga abavubuka banyooma emirimu egyo. Nange obulamu bwange nsuubira maaso ngenda kuba bulungi, era obulamu bwange mbwagala nzimbe ennyumba mbeeremu ne mukyala wange n'abaana bange be nabanzadde ku nsi kuno, n'emmotoka twevugemuuko.
Would Lubowa access any funding or such support for him to push such a project?
Bwe nakomawo nansindikamu omukyalo oyo, waliwo n'omuzungu bamuyita Faza Tibo, ne bansindikamuuko ne bampangisiza ennyumba mu tawuni, ne mama naye nankwatizaako ne bampangisiza ekifo we nsobola okukolerako engatto zange.
He had made his mark and his success story was underway, but the numerous challenges awaited him along the way.
Bakasitoma banzibuwaliramu okufuna, naye oluvannyuma nabafuna olw'okuba kye nali nkola nali nkitegeera. Buli gwe nakolerangako ng'agenda anyumizaako munne nti omusajja oyo kyakola yakola ki, akitegeera. Engatto zange mmanyi bulungi ozireega ozikomola nenziteeka ku kyalaani nenzireega nenteekako sole nenfuna ssente.
But as Uganda's population increases, cases of disabilities also increase. Road, fire and building accidents coupled with other strange old and new diseases partly explain the rise in the number of persons with disabilities. The changes remain enormous and government intervention into their plight has been limited, leaving many frustrated. Many like Lubowa are preparing themselves to grab any opportunity available, but are the opportunities coming by? Boazi Muhumuza is a visually impaired but trained advocate. He hails from Kanungu district in southwestern Uganda. For his education, Muhumuza traveled across the country to Tororo district in eastern Uganda, where special needs education could be attained then. This was hundreds of miles away from his birthplace. His story is not different from other peoples with disability who not only suffer from physical injustices, but emotional and physical abuses as well.
If you make them feel discriminated from the word go, they will lose their morale, they will lose their confidence, and they will not be able to compete with others in community.
Your cooperation is very important. Re-guide your children with impairments.
Jordan Murangizi, NBS Television.